Hey friends, it's Teacher Angela here with VIPKid bringing you the intermediate level Mock 2 class. This is long overdue, but I wanted to help my referrals and all other applicants out with this mock class. A few items of business before I jump into it. VIPKid has changed their recruitment process as far as referrals go. So if you have found this video and you want more personal tips from me and think I'm going to add her as my referral so that she can track my progress and results and get credit for it, it is too late. You have to add your referral before you teach your first mock class. So now it is too late. However, I want everyone going into the mock 2 not to worry. I tell all of my referrals not to stress about this job, not to stress about the interview process, because anybody who has the basic qualifications, a bachelor's degree, teaching experience, speaks native English, can work in the US and Canada. Anyone who has those and wants this job can get it. If you put in the time and preparation to learn this teaching style, you will get this job. I promise. It's all about learning this teaching style, which is using TPR, avoiding incidental language, using props, adapting to the student. See my other videos for more examples of how to master the VIPKid teaching style. So if you put in the time and effort, it's jumping through hoops like any other job, honestly. You will get the best job in the world, which is being a VIPKid teacher, okay? So reach out to me if you have any questions. If you don't pass, reach out to me and we'll start you from the beginning and I will help you pass every step so that you get hired, alright? So, intermediate, what does this mean? This student's been studying English for a few years, has a pretty good vocabulary, and doesn't need all of the expressive, enthusiastic TPR that you would use on a beginner level. You can give more advanced directions, you can expect full sentences, and you can expect more of them, right? So the lesson is Earth, our home, pollution. We're talking about that, we're talking about the letter Y, and we're talking about future tense. So unlike the beginner levels, there are not target sentences that the students need to learn. However, in lieu of focusing on target sentences, focus on complete sentences. The student should be able to formulate a complete thought in English at this point. So I want that to be your focus instead of target sentences, okay? However, you do have some vocabulary that you need to emphasize. There are 4 words, and they are environment, trash, clean, and harm. So you're going to want to get the student to say those 3 times each. You're going to want to listen very carefully to make sure that they use the proper pronunciation and make sure they can use them in a complete sentence in the correct context. We want pronunciation and understanding, okay? Phonics, we're learning the letter Y. We're learning that it can also make the long E sound at the end of a word. And then grammar, we are teaching them future tense using going to. We're going to conjugate the verb be. So I am, you are, he is, we are, in context of future tense using going to. Okay? Whew! We're going to use a few props that enhance the lesson and not detract from the lesson. The props I'm going to use are a globe. I'm going to use a water bottle for trash. I'm going to use a trash can. I'm going to use my toy seal that I have so that I can better demonstrate harm. I also am going to use for the extend slide soda. Guess what? They have soda in China. Your students will know what this is. So I'm going to ask them, what is this? And then we're going to talk about these. And I'm going to show them a picture of the problems that these can cause. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to, and then I have scissors. I'm going to show them what they can do. Something that they can leave the lesson with and excited about. Something they can actually go and apply. I think that's such an important part of learning another language. They need to go away from that lesson and excited to do and learn something. And then I'm going to reward them with trophies, but I'm going to tell them they'll earn a trophy when they answer a question. So I'm going to ask them about their lives, basic questions, but then I'm going to try to tie in what I learn about them with the lesson. Again, to help make connections that they can then use in real life, right? That's the whole point of VIPKid. These kids learn to speak and use the English language. So, let's jump in. Hello, my name is Teacher Angela. What is your name? My name is Kelly. Hey Kelly, nice to meet you. Kelly, how old are you? I am 8 years old. 8 years old, great. And Kelly, what did you do today? I go to the park. Oh, I went to the park. Good. Today, we will talk about Earth, our home, pollution. Pollution. Good. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, let's talk about some things I did on the intro slide. Went through the basics, name, age, how they're doing today. My extension question was, what did she do today? A lot of them go to the park. In real life, a lot of them are like, I went to the park. They go to the park on the weekend. A lot of them make that mistake. I go to the park. They say that all the time. So, correct them on this. Today, I went to the park. That's something that they're using on their own. So you especially want to correct that. They might not go up to their friends and say, pollution harms animals, right? But they might say, I went to the park. So think logically about how to correct and why it's important, okay? So that's my intro slide. For the reward slide, Kelly, when you do a good job, you get a trophy, but you must answer a question first, okay? On these first 3 slides, the intro, the reward, and the warm-up, use them to gauge your student's level. Most of these students at this age, again, it's an intermediate lesson, it's a level 5, so they should be able to understand everything I just said. If they're acting confused, then you know that you need to explain a little more, use more props, use more TPR, etc. So, going to the warm-up. When I'm starting with a brand new intermediate student, I'm going to read first, just a line or two, and then listen. And if I can tell that they can read quickly and are pronouncing everything fine, then I'm going to let them read the rest of it. And that's a good way to make sure your output stays at 30% and there's a 70%. So when I get here, I would underline, I am the earth. You're in my hands. Good job. Kelly, can you read? And I'm bracketing the rest. I am earth, we're in my car. I am earth, together we stand. I am earth, this moment in time we share. Good job. She messed up care. She said car. So what I'm going to do is circle it and say, can you read? What is this word? Care. Then I'm typing it in the chat box. Care. She said it right. Good job, Kelly. I'm clicking as I'm saying good job. Going to the next slide. We want smooth transitions. Environment. 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 Good. What is an environment? And I might start underlining the definition. Place where something or someone lives. Oh, okay. Then I might ask her, Kelly, where do you live? This is a good time to pull out my globe. Where do you live? She might say, I live in China. She might say, I live in Beijing. And then when she gets the answer, which, and I'm going to circle these, which is your environment? This is my environment. Oh, so we just made a connection between what she knows the name of her city or she knows the name of China, and the picture of environment. Ha! She knows that word, she's applied it. Okay, then we're going to ask, what is your environment like? You can ask if it's loud. You can ask if it's smelly. Say, good, can you read? Where we live is called our environment. Each environment is special. Good job, Kelly. Trash. Trash. What is trash? Underlining the definition. Trash is something that is not useful anymore. We should put our trash away properly. Good job, Kelly. Anymore. Anymore. Good job. Can you read? We should put our trash in trash bins and not on the ground. Trash bins? What is this? This is a trash bin. Good. Kelly, do you have a trash bin? Yeah? Where should we throw our trash? In the trash bin. Good job. Kelly, harm. 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 What is harm? To hurt someone or something. Yeah. Kelly, what animal is this? I'm circling the picture, it's the same. This is a seal. Seal, and I'm going to type that in. I'm extending here, but connecting it. Yeah, can you read? The oil leak in the sea harmed the animals. Throwing our trash into the environment will harm the animals and plants that live there. Real quick, when I'm talking quiet like this and cupping my ear, it means the student is reading. I gave the instruction, can you read? And I'm quietly demonstrating that the student is reading here. We are not reading. You very, very rarely read, okay, unless it's a time management thing, which I'll talk about. Because we want that 30-70, right? Or student is 70, we're 30. So then you can ask, what can harm the environment? We want her to say trash can harm the environment. Good. Kelly, what is this? This is soda. Kelly, do you like soda? Yeah? This trash, this is soda trash. What can the soda trash do? The soda trash can harm the environment. Yeah, so sad. For the Let's Talk slide, I'm going to introduce this. I'm going to circle Meg and say, I am Meg. And I'm going to circle Mike and say, Kelly, you are Mike, okay? What can harm Earth? And I'm going to start underlining. Throwing trash into our environment can harm Earth. Yeah, that's right. Good job, Kelly. Trophy question. Kelly, what is your favorite sport? Soccer is my favorite sport. Soccer! I love soccer! Good job! I would have corrected her if she made any mistakes, any pronunciation mistakes, any grammar mistakes. Good job going on. Alright, Kelly, let's read! And I'm going to bracket the whole thing. And she's going to read this whole thing. So when they're reading like this, pronunciation and speed, run-on sentences, are mostly what you're listening for here. Since they're not doing any conjugating on their own, you don't have a lot of grammar to listen for, but they could drop off an S. She could say, Jenny want to help change, right? Make sure they don't drop any S's or anything. I guess that's pronunciation, but some grammar as well. Okay. On these reading slides, this is where you can really lose a lot of ground on time if your student is a slow reader. And in real life, a lot of them are slow readers because they're really focused on pronunciation, and that's okay. In that situation, after this first reading slide, gauge how long it took them, and then on the next slide you can say, okay, I will read, and then you can read, okay? It's okay when you have to make up time. It's better for them that you've gotten through all the content, they've had exposure to it, than they've slowly read like 2 paragraphs, right? So, we're going through the next slide, and the same goes for those extension questions in the tips at the bottom. If you're running short on time, you can go to the next slide without asking those because at the end, you're going to ask reading comprehension questions anyway. So in real life, I would skip those. I would not ask a question about the reading if I was really, really short on time. I might split them up. So I will read part of it, then have her read. I'm gonna have her read on every slide, but I'm gonna start reading if Kelly is slow. So Jenny asked what we can do to keep our environment clean, tell the neighbors, pick up trash, work hard. What do you think they can do? What can people do to keep the environment clean? It's kind of making sure they're paying attention. They can pick up trash. Good job, Kelly. And then she's reading the last slide. Look what people can do when they work together. Good. Kelly, what are they playing? Soccer. You love soccer. All right, Kelly, can you tell me the story in order? So what they could do here is simply number them. They might run, this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. So then you can say, what happened here? What did they do? Right? And then get them to explain. And it's this slide you want to listen for grammar, because they might say, they go to the park. They went to the park, right? This is going to be past tense. So when they're putting the story in order, you want to listen for pronunciation and grammar problems. Make sure that they speak in complete sentences. And if you might need to go back, that's okay. You can go back, rewind, look for those pictures on the actual slide and say, this is where she's talking to her sister or whatever, right? Whatever they say, make sure their pronunciation is good and that they're using correct grammar. So now we're going to ask the questions. What does Jenny see around her neighborhood? Jenny sees trash around her neighborhood. Oh. How do you think Jenny feels about the trash on the ground? Jenny feels sad about the trash on the ground. Good, complete sentence. What do Jenny and her family do to help? Do you think it's enough? Why? Good job. Trophy question, Kelly. Kelly, what is your favorite food? A lot of them say rice. This morning a student told me donuts. Donuts are my favorite food. Good job, Kelly. I love donuts. Okay, getting into the grammar slide. Don't worry about overextending on these. There's not a lot of context. I get so many questions saying, do they already know what future tense is? Do I have to teach them future tense and then talk about going to? Don't overthink this. They've had exposure to this, they're gonna have more exposure to it. So, I'm gonna read the first one where it shows the teacher talking, and I'm gonna say, Kelly, when we talk about decision we've made about the future, we use going to. Can you read this, where Meg's talking? I am going to pick up the trash. Good. So this is a really quick slide. And you don't have to, if you're running out of time, you don't have to get her to give more examples. You can use your reward system as an example because they already know the reward system. So I could say, I am going to give you a trophy. And then ask, what is your favorite color? Trophy! Right? That's a good way to explain it and give an example in the context of something they already know. So now we're going to conjugate this subject with be. I'm going to have these already written out. I might simply say be. I am. You are. He is. She is. We are. They are. Good job. Good. Kelly, can you read and circle the conjugation? I am going to clean the environment. Good job. And then go through the other ones. So I explained, I taught her the conjugations briefly, read them, had her repeat, so she knows what she's looking for. And then she reads, and she knows I am, he is, we are. That's simple enough. That's going to do it, okay? Then we go into when is it? These students that are intermediate can understand more difficult instructions, but you still want to be very clear. So I might ask her, Kelly, can you read and tell me when is it? Past, future, or present? Okay, read. She harmed the environment. Past, present, or future? And what she might do is read and draw a line to past, and that's okay. Or might read to herself and draw a line. So make sure you get her to read out loud correctly. You're still correcting, you're listening for grammar and pronunciation. If they get something wrong, what if she doesn't know? What if she says she harmed the environment? What if she says future? Say, Can you read this word? I'm going to isolate harmed. Good. Harm? Harmed. I'm circling ED. I harmed. Past tense. Will is a word we use for future tense, so if they're not sure on that one, you can isolate will. And then we know that we are is a future tense conjugation for the verb be. So basically on this slide, get them to read, get them to tell you if it's past, future, or present. If they're not sure, use the clues in each, use the conjugated version of each word to teach them. So now they need to use the conjugated version of be to fill in the sentences. So you can tell them, okay, Kelly, can you read and choose is or are? Is, are. So now she knows her options. Give them options. It's perfectly okay. They're not going to learn any less if they're given options. Pollution and trash are going to harm the animals. Good job. Can you read? Making more trash is going to harm the environment. Good job, Kelly. Now we're on Y. You can hold up a letter Y. I probably wouldn't use any props for this. I would probably just ask, what sound does Y make? Y makes the sound Y. Good. And then I might circle that happy. And I would say, can you read? What sound does this Y, circle that Y, make? E. Good. Going to the next slide. Kelly, what are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Good. Can you read? I'm going to circle my part. Y is a vowel when it makes a certain sound. Can you read these words where Y is a vowel? Silly, rainy, city, busy. And I might circle the Y at the end of those so they see that. Good. Can you read these words where Y is a consonant? Y. Yes, you, yeah, yeah. Good job, Kelly. That's it. We're moving on. No more explanation there. Now she's going to apply what she's learned. All right, there's the red Y in the tree. I might draw a line. Kelly, can you read? Draw. City, happy, very, tiny. Good job. Trophy. Kelly, what is your favorite class at school? My favorite class is English. Good! Good job! All right, Kelly. Harm, environment, trash. Good. Can you read and tell me which one? Harm, environment, or trash? Means to hurt someone or something. Harm. Good job. Environment is the place where something or someone lives. Draw a line. Good job. Trash is something that is thrown away. Yes. Good job, Kelly. Kelly, what can you see in the pictures? I can see trash. I can see a ball. I can see trees. Good. Kelly, how are these pictures different? This park has many trash. This park does not have trash. Good. This park has a lot of trash. I would type that in too. Good. Do you want to go to this park? Circling the trash park. No. Why not? Do you want to go to this park? Why? Good job, Kelly. Kelly, what can this trash harm? This trash can harm animals. Yeah. What can we do to make the environment a better place? We can talk about recycling. We can cut the trash. Can this harm the seal? No, it cannot harm the seal. Very good, Kelly. All right, Kelly, one more trophy. Good job. 5 trophies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In an actual lesson, Kelly would be able to see those trophies. Awesome, Kelly. See you next time. Goodbye. All right, that's how I would do that mock class. I might try a more tactful way to explain this to get her talking a little more. I'm going to make sure that Kelly does most, if not all, of the reading. I'm going to listen for her pronunciation, complete sentences, and run on sentences as well as grammar mistakes. I'm always going to encourage complete sentences. I used a few props when they were relevant. You should use at least 2. I explained this easily and quickly so that she could do the activity quickly, and I assessed her prior knowledge at the beginning. I extended a lot. I always try to extend the slides. That's what keeps the students interested and engaged in the lesson. If they see that you're going rogue a little bit, they might stay, they're going to pay attention a little more because they can't just look down and answer. They can't just circle, they can't just read. If they catch on that you are an extending teacher, which parents like, there's a tag that they can leave you in the feedback that says appropriate extension or good at extending. They do like that when it's appropriate. So keep it simple, but try to extend. That also keeps them focused, because that's something that the intermediate students struggle with sometimes, because they have phones and video games. So if you are really engaged in the lesson and applying it to their lives, then they'll probably stay more focused. I gave a good reward system that got her talking and that she liked. These students often are involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. VIPKid is an extracurricular activity for them, so they like to earn trophies. They like that a lot. If you have any questions, please drop a comment. Please subscribe so that you don't miss any more videos. If you've made it this far in the VIPKid process, I wish you luck. I hope this helped. I hope you pass and that you join the team. If you do not pass, it is not the end. Like any job, there are some hoops to jump through to get the job. There are people to please. There are standards to learn, but then once you have the job, you're an independent contractor. You must adhere to their standards, but teaching the actual students is so fun. It's so flexible. It's way low pressure. I don't prep like at all anymore. After my first month, no more prepping. I wake up 10-15 minutes before my first class. I love the students. I'm good friends with them now. I've met a lot of them. So I promise it is worth it to get through this hiring process, even if it takes you more than one chance. So if you're trying to reach out to me after your Mock 2, after your Mock 2, and it doesn't work out, let me help you through the entire process and I'll get you hired. All right? Good luck, and as always, happy teaching.